Good evening. I'm Landon with Murmured and Press. Tonight, I want to talk about where to start with preps. Okay, for those of you who haven't watched the last couple of videos, I think I needed something of substance, right? After just needing to get things said. People have come. People are coming out of the woodwork. I'm no longer crazy. All right, I'm not a full-on prepper. All right, I leave that to my dad over at Half-Ass Ready. YouTube channel, go check it out, link in the description, right? I think some people understand what maybe preppers go to the extreme of now, okay? Where FEMA has a 72-hour guideline, okay? They want you to have 72 hours of food, water, and provisions in your house for as many people as that are in there that can last 3 days. Well, if you know anything about FEMA, they're going to take longer than 3 days, and that's where the prepper mindset takes hold. With recent events, with Hurricane Helene, and Milton and Hurricane Katrina, there is just the need for having more longevity, and people just need to know where to start. So, I think everyone needs to start with water. Okay, water. You can survive without food a lot longer than you can survive without water, right? Goes to be, it's obvious, clearly. But you need to be able to treat water, all right? If you already have bleach in your house, you can treat water with bleach. It's just, there is minute amounts. And you need to go look up what treats a gallon, how much bleach treats a gallon, okay? But you need to be able to boil water. Bleaching water and everything's one thing, but you need to be able to boil water. It's the only thing that's guaranteed. And anybody who tells you to boil water, boil it for 7 minutes minimum. Rolling boil, all right? Not just the bubbles coming, I mean rolling top boil, like shaking the pot, all right? You want that as hot as possible, getting that thing going. And if you're thirsty, that's going to be a long time to wait, brother. 7 minutes is a long time to wait. Sit there and just feel your mouth dry, right? But in order to treat that water, and there's no power, if you don't have a gas range or anything, you need to buy a Coleman camping stove, preferably the 2-burner one. It's usually what you find. I say Coleman just because that's the brand I've grown up with. The classic metal green one, the one that uses the little green propane cans. That is what you need. Most people have a grill, all right? That's what I'm leaned up on my little Blackstone here. That has a 30-pound cylinder of propane. There are indoor cooking stoves that use the 20-pound cylinders of actual propane, or they use the little ones. Some of them come with hookups for both, right? So that's something you and your price point are going to have to look at. But the classic green one that you can buy at Walmart, $20-30. And that guarantees you the ability. It might not be efficient, but it guarantees you the ability to treat water. So that means you need to get a stove and fuel. It's good if you buy the stove, get a couple cans of fuel, and see what it takes to boil water for everyone in your family for a day. Do an experiment, all right? Just see what it would take, how many cans, if it takes more than one. If it only takes one, you need to know if it gets about half empty or not. That way you can measure, be like, all right, for 3 days, I need at least 4 cans of propane. That's just for the water. That's not for the food you're going to cook, right? If the power goes out, technically that first day, you're going to be cooking all the stuff that's going bad in your fridge. You're going to be making scrambled eggs, bacon, all that stuff, and you're going to be able to keep it. Hopefully, if you can get some ice out of your freezer before it melts, you can put that in a cooler and you can keep stuff cooler longer, okay? But, we don't want to open up our fridge, but people are like, they just leave it closed for so long, things go rotten. You still need to get in there. Back on topic. Get a Coleman stove. First thing, all right? I don't care how much money you make. You can save $30 in a month. Go get that. To get the little 2-pack of green cylinders, it's usually like $10 to $15, somewhere in there. And they're really small. You can keep 4 or 5 of them under your sink. You can put a couple in the kitchen closet, the pantry. Put some in the bathroom closet. You just need, like, I'd measure it out per person, right? 4 cans per person. That's just to guarantee that person has this much hot water. This person has that much hot water or boiled water, okay? So, water's first. Food. I am not going to be the one. Okay, preppers will tell you to go buy a bunch of expensive stuff. Go buy the freeze-dried foods. I will not tell you that. I will tell you, because you're going to need, this is going to cost extra fuel. All right, you need rice, beans, all the things that you can buy at the store that you're going to buy anyway. All right, if you constantly rotate things out of your pantry, or you're always cooking, you're always doing something at home, or if you're never cooking, you can still throw back a few days worth of food just in cans, right? Packs of tuna, things you don't even need to cook. Having that stuff just tucked away in the pantry is going to help. You can eat Fruit Loops without milk, all right? And that first day, you're going to have some cold milk left. Just dry foods. So when you go to the grocery store, I know some people budget very heavily, and I understand that. If you only got $50 this week, make sure $1 or $2 goes to buying a can of Bush's baked beans. All right, Bush's baked beans are that. They are baked. Beans, if you don't know much, if you buy the bag of beans, you need to boil them to get things that are harmful to you off of them. Canned beans are already cooked. You can eat them right out of the can cold if you wanted to. Or you can heat it over a candle or whatever you need, okay? But you can eat it out of the can. Same thing with tuna. You can eat tuna right out of the can, all right? It might not be awesome, but your salt and pepper's not going bad. You can salt and pepper everything, right? Keep some hot sauce handy. Hot sauce packets, little Tabasco packets, you can buy a big box of them. Back on topic again, okay? Make sure you get rice, beans, tuna. You need meat. Get some vegetables, corn, cans of corn. You need just the math for me, okay? It doesn't have to be the math for you. Your family could be different. One, you need to get things you like. Don't just get things just because they're cheap. If your family doesn't eat tomato soup, don't get tomato soup, because no one's going to like eating it. All right? Nobody likes eating stuff they don't like. So, for me, I want to grab the regular Campbell's soup, or name brand soup, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be name brand. It could be the whatever your grocery store has, of cream of mushroom, cream of chicken. Grab 1 or 2 of those per grocery trip for a few weeks, okay? And stock those back. That cream of mushroom, not only can it be eaten by itself, it can be put in with other things, all right? If you get a pack of bacon, you can put cream of chicken soup with it and have bacon cream of chicken soup. It sounds funny. It sounds crazy. But the more you can work with, the more things work together. That's good. The Campbell's chunky soups are super hearty to eat. Like, it makes you feel good, makes you feel full. And in the cans, you can get the big cans, but lots of potatoes, lots of meat, lots of greens, and it's got a good broth. Okay, soupy, stewy stuff. Even when it's hot out, make people feel really good. So buy some cans of stuff. Buy a couple bags of extra rice. Freeze it to get some microorganisms out of it, so you can store it longer. But rice cans, they stay good for years, all right, if you store them properly. Honey, get a big old thing of honey. Honey is indefinitely safe. If you eat, they have found honey in tombs that you can still eat. Thousands of years later, it has a crystalline structure, it doesn't rot. Okay, just get natural raw honey. It's local honey is even better, because that means it's good for your biology, okay, just eating local stuff. So water, food, okay, and both of those need the stove. So stove is your first thing. Food is your second thing, all right? Just extra cans. A little bit extra. You don't have to go wild. All right. With the water, you need a way to store water, okay? Just the big cases of bottled water, try to keep those handy. When I go to the store, I buy 2. And I usually buy them after I usually have 2 or 3 handy. One of them might be in my truck, but I have them handy. All right. You don't need to be keeping gallons of water, but if the water that's in the gallon is clean and it's just something store bought, it's a gallon of water and a container to get more water. There might be somebody who got a hose working nearby, and you can go get water from them to boil. All right. You need to understand what potable water or like drinkable water and non-drinkable water is to you. You can wash clothes with non-drinkable water, but you can't ingest just any water. All right, it needs to be clean. So having a couple treatment methods, right? The bleach, get some aqua tabs or whatever. Get a Sawyer filter. You can buy them on Amazon. I think they're like $21. Just the straw and being able to boil water are gonna keep you happy. All right. The last video I made, I said people didn't go. I didn't have to walk around with my plate carrier and stuff on. I didn't touch a single go bag or nothing. Surplus, I didn't touch nothing. I touched my grill in a satchel that I keep that had some little tools in. That's a rabbit screaming, by the way. There's not. My neighbor isn't getting murdered. And that's what I had to walk around. I had good boots, good pants. That's what I needed, right? So just to get started, that's the things that are going to keep you alive. Everything else is extra. You know, extra being like, get a good pair of work gloves. Make sure you got plenty of tools. You know, hand tools. not just battery tools. Get a battery bank. Get some things. Some extra little cheap flashlights. Some candles. The list goes on and on. But you can get these things at Dollar Tree. Okay? Go to Dollar Tree and look around. When you get that prepper mindset, everything you look at, you're like, oh man, I did need an extra set of tweezers or whatever. And Dollar Tree will have it. It might just be something you need in an emergency. It only needs to be good 1 or 2 times. Put it up. If you don't have the storage, you live in an apartment or something, that's something you need to focus on. Okay? Getting those, the big black tubs with the yellow lid, get one of those, and that's your prep box, right? Get one for water, one for food, and then put your stove on top of one of them. And that can stay in the bottom of the closet. Don't have to touch it till you need it. And just make sure you remind yourself once a year to go through it. Make sure everything's good. All right? That's my challenge. All my hard chargers, dude, if you're not doing this, you need to start. This is the way to start. All right? Stove, extra food, ways to carry water. Keep that in mind. All right? I'm here for any questions. I'm going to talk about some of this stuff for a little while, and we're going to keep it realistic. All right? I want to stay realistic. I want to stay in the realm of working people who are worried about being stuck in their house for 2 weeks without power, not being able to get out, and starving to death. All right? Hug your families. Find out what's killing you, and go buy stuff at the store, no matter how much it is. Stay safe.